Hey, what's up guys, my name is Attribution and welcome back to another episode of Building Helms Deep in Lego. So we have, this is episode 5. I'm going to show you guys some exciting stuff. This time I got a lot of groundwork done, and I'm also going to show you guys a haul, of course, again. Before we go into any of that, please, if you like this series or anything I make or build, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We're almost at that 10,000 mark. I think we just hit 9,000 last week, which is super impressive. Thank you guys so much for supporting my journey through this whole YouTube thing, and really appreciate you guys always commenting down below as well. It really always makes my day. So I was actually gonna have a new microphone for this episode, guys, but it didn't come in, and there was something messed up with the delivery. But I'll have one for the next video, of course, because right now I'm just using my phone, which is about like 1.5 meters in front of me. So expect that upgrade for the next episode. So without further ado, let's get into the first progress.
Before we do any of that, this video is actually sponsored by Light My Bricks, and they have sent me some parts to help with the lighting for Helms Deep. And here you can scan their QR code to go to their website. They're actually a very good website if you want to get your lights quick. Their shipping in Europe was like 2 days, I believe. It was very fast for me at least. So they've sent me like 2 pairs of each part I would actually need for the mock. And first of all, we have these flicker effects, and these are the effect boards that make up for the the torch effect, I guess, and which I'll be basically needing, since all of this will be for fire. And obviously I also need the orange lights. So they've sent me 8 lights in the orange LED lights. They've also sent me 8 connecting cables for getting those distances. Then we also have some expansion boards. I need to spread out these lights from one flicker board. And then we have the USB cables to connect them to the battery pack. So thank you guys so much for sponsoring. And here you can see the beginning of the creek on the new panel. I had to start somewhere, so I just started with the river, and then I started leveled out with the floor. But then, as you can see, a friend of me recommended me to make a half a plate of difference, which makes it look so much better. It makes sense. Water would lay lower than the floor; it wouldn't just be level to the floor itself. You can actually see me, gridding out this light, the light grid, and making up where the actual torches will be, and then having the studs for them, pre-placed, so I can just work around them. You can see it clearly here. Had to just spread them out a little more evenly, not too grid-like, but make it a little bit more random where the torches would be in the battle.
Hey guys, so here we have a haul. This is multiple packages at once. I didn't want to fit it in the other videos, but I'm gonna just do a quick draw and show you all the parts really quick, and then just move on. So first of all, we have a bunch of tray plates. Just a baseball cap, I guess. So this is a big order. I kind of just wanted to get this filmed so I can actually use these parts now. I'm just very excited to get all these pieces. These are like these actually I bought, like this was the biggest lot in like Europe, I believe. That was pretty affordable, so I just got all of them. Useful for this and all the other mocks that I'm gonna have, like grass fields, probably gonna have olive green in them. So super happy with these. So let's get to the next clip. So here we have, the build progress for this episode, guys. I'll go in depth a little bit further a little bit later, but I do want to show you guys the big comparison between what I'm doing now to what I've done before in the previous episode. So we'll just dive right in and go into this, groundwork. This is what I've done all before, this episode, and this is what I've done, during this, past 2 weeks. I know there wasn't an episode last week because I didn't really have any, too much progress for an episode, but I did actually, finish all of the lights and stuff, and I will actually turn it on right now. So it's just a battery pack, and it's kind of hard to see, but I'll turn the lights off in a little bit. But here we have, the white flame, which lights up the bombs for the wall. So actually, we'll have one on the water, actually, not besides it, but I think that will look really cool with the the lights off. Actually, a really cool technique that my friend Gooby from the RejoyJ server recommended. Instead of having the lights just go in between bricks, why not have it go through the legs from the back into the stud? So that is so seamless. It's probably the best you can do with hiding the wires, and I think that looks amazing. but I haven't really shown any of this, you know, groundwork too much. So I've actually, my friend Hatbrick or Nick, he advised me to actually like lay the water a little bit lower than the ground, and that was so worth it. Like, look where it came from, you know, this flat, and it looks so much more, so much nicer, you know, with the dark tan as well. The contrast is just very nice to see, and I will, you know, be continuing that, you know, upgrading this river and going forward as well. And I think that looks just amazing. I did also add more of the dark brown patches, you know, bigger patches. This is like trampled mud, I guess. I do want to do some more. We got more rain puddles as well. So I will be upgrading this whole part later, but I do want to work towards the wall. So whenever I actually hit the wall, I can actually start, you know, building the base for the foundation for it, and actually have, you know, planned all of that out. So see how thick I want to make the wall, how high I want to make them all stuff like that. So let me actually turn the lights off so you can see the little torches. So here we have it with the lights off. I think the lights are a little bit dimmer now. It's just because the batteries need to be replaced, but this is, you know, the general gist of it. Just imagine this, you know, whole battle with torches is gonna look so cool. And here we have, you know, the white one, and it's such a nice, you know, contrasting to see one, you know, one different light, and then it draws you through the massive explosion that's gonna be here. So that's gonna be sick. So let me show you this from some angles, some different angles. This just creates a very awesome ambience. And no, actually I will do something right now. I will turn the lights on and I will actually show you, it with a lot more figures, and then I will show you this again. So I've placed down a bunch of figures, guys. So this looks, I've never really put that many figures down yet, but I think this looks awesome. I think the, you know, the groundwork still shines through, you know, all the detail and hours I've put into that are not to waste with just, you know, placing all the figures down. But this is just, you know, one shiver. I might even crowd it even more, but I think the spacing, like this part maybe, I think that's good spacing in between the figures. I know they're like all crowded, but I do still, you know, want to see the actual ground. So let's actually try it with the lights off right now. So here we have it with the lights off, and it looks amazing. The lights will be a bit brighter. I think the batteries are just low right now. So this looks so cool. I'll show you guys it from multiple angles. So just imagine this, you know, this whole battle filled with these Uruk-Hai and having torches. I still need to add the torches over here as well. They'll basically just be independent on the, you know, the platform they're on, and then they have their own battery pack, I guess. So I will just show you guys some different angles. For example, just imagine this. You know, this is actually like a shot from the movie, I'm pretty sure. And we'll have the rock over here with the, you know, the commander Uruk-Hai just shouting. Just imagine that, you know, having a bunch of torches, and then also torches on the walls as well. The ambience will just be so cool, and you kind of have to like imagine all of these horses, you know, just charging the Uruk-Hai from their, you know, their left sides, and it will look so cool. I'm so happy to, you know, get a little bit of the vision of the mock in a little sliver of it, and then I can imagine in how it will look over the whole battle. I just put the box there, which will represent the keep, you know, with the walkway over here, and then the big tower over here, and the big explosion over here. I do have 3 ways of to do the explosion. It's either gonna be like just imploding and only the wall wrecking, but the top side still being fine and having, you know, the explosion, or having a full-blown explosion with like chunks going up and up the, you know, everywhere, or having a past explosion where we have the battle behind. Something I'll have to decide on later when I actually start building the walls, and you know, see what works the best. But I am leaning towards, you know, the just imploding will be very cool to just create some effect where I can like have the walls cracking and stuff like that, and having it implode basically. So here's another angle of the side. You know, the flicker boards really make this mock come alive together with the orange lights and the torches. I am very happy with, you know, with how it's going, and it's actually working out. It's not too hard right now. It's just a very time consuming, all the groundwork, and I do want to just go up there, you know, go that extra step so I can actually start you know, planning it down the walls, and having, you know, trying to test it out some weathering and stuff like that. But I'm really happy with how it's looking so far. And as I promised in the last episode, I was going to show you guys this little army that I made of just generic looking orcs, I guess. And they're using some cheaper parts that I got off Bricklink. All of these parts were basically of Bricklink, and some from friends as well. So let's you know, just take a figure. For example, this one, you know, it's using the Pharaoh Quest shield just because I had it. But let me actually show you the parts that it uses. So it uses this actual, Uruk-Hai head from, I think it was the Forge set. So these were actually like factory leaks. I guess someone stole them from the factory. There's so many pieces that have been leaked from factories. So it makes this one, very much cheaper than other Lord of the Rings parts. Has 2 emotions on the face, but that was easy to get. So let me show you guys what is under the armor right now. So here we have the figure, without armor. It has Captain America in some sort of, winter jacket, and has these brown legs which were cheaper and actually, fit well with an orc, I guess. But not really sure what the piece is from. Probably also something factory leaked as well. But this creates a general Uruk-Hai, which I then have to give armor, and I kind of do want to test how they look with this Uruk-Hai army. So I'll show you guys that right now. So here we have it with this, the custom armor piece, and it actually works really well because you can see the face to it. It's an actual Uruk-Hai, face. And I guess the legs are a little bit bare, but I think it still works out really well. I might even give them just this armor, or I'll keep, this, custom armor, these, the purest parts. I did make some formation with some archers as well. I would have to try and see how they would fit in between all of these. I think maybe these would fit in way better. Let me actually try it. So here I have, one of them right here. I think that fits a lot better. So I'll have to buy some more armor pieces. I did. For next episode, I will show you guys, 50. I've bought 50 sets of the armor for those, and I'll be upgrading some of the, the more naked Nexo Knight figures right here. I will, be upgrading them as well, and maybe some remaining ones I have, I can give them to these. So it's just something small to, desperately increase this army in any size, possible, just to get those massive amount of Uruk-Hai. But I do not have a lot of regret for buying these figures, because they're actually going to be useful for future mocks as well, which is like Return of the King mocks I want to make in some years later. So that's pretty much it for this little army that I wanted to show you guys. So that's it for episode 5, guys. Tell me down below in the comments what you thought of my progress. What do you think? Some things you might want to change, some tips or anything. I would always, try to respond to any comment down below. So hope you guys are excited for what's to come. And when I finally start building that wall, it's going to be so exciting, guys. I've been really looking forward to building the actual castle. I do have to finish some groundwork until I get to that wall point. Filling in the blanks I can do later, but I do want to really reach that point with the creek and see where I actually have to start off, build a foundation there and make the walls removable and all sorts. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.